Casual daddy here, 10 a.m. on a Sunday. I'm hungover. I just had pizza for breakfast, and I am sitting in my basement, away from the 4-year-old going nuts upstairs, headphones on, and a mic locked and loaded. Let's play a little Carcassone on a Sunday morning. We're going to go with the easy opponent. We don't do any expansions. And we keep it pretty simple. I like keeping dead tiles off. It's a little bit more challenging. If you've never played Carcassone before, it is what I like to refer to as the Bob Ross of games. It is extremely relaxing and pretty easy to pick up. These little blue guys, or green guy, or yellow I should say, for my opponent, they're called meeples. They're basically like your soldiers, and they act as how you score points in the game. So different tiles react differently to these meeples. So this is a cathedral tile where I can put a guy in the cathedral, and if I have 9 tiles around it, I get 9 points. So you only have so many of these little guys to go around for the game. And the trick is to get them back as fast as you can. So if you complete a road, you get them back. If you complete a city, you get your guy back. If you complete a monastery, you get your guy back, and so on. So now I really don't want to connect this road for this guy because he would get the points as well as me, but we both get our meeples back. So man, it's a pretty long road. It'll even us out in points. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Alright, so unfortunately, no matter where I place this tile, my opponent is going to get points. So, I'd rather close off... No, actually, that gives him his meeple back. This one does not. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now you notice all those blue things popped up. Those are placements, of course, where I can put my meeple if I so choose. Frankly, I want him to keep his guys on here because the longer he can't drop them, the worse chance he has at points. So... these are cities. If no one has a meeple in a city, anybody can claim that city. The person with the most meeples in a city would own the city. So right now he's placing this here because he's trying to connect my city. I am going to try my darndest to prevent that from happening. Now right here would pretty much cement it, because getting an end of a city with a road tile and another city tile, it'd be very, very hard to do. So I would hurt myself if I chose to do that. So instead, I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to claim that road. And I just have to hope that he doesn't draw a tile to complete that. You notice down here, it shows how many tiles are left, and the next tile that is able to be played. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and put that there since I already have these 4 tiles completed, and I'll get my meeple back. I'm going to place a tile on the cathedral. Complete that road. See the points up here as they accumulate. He is really trying to take that city, and he's got 2 in there. So if he connects this, he would get the points for that city. If you do not complete a city, you get 1 point per tile. Guy does love his roads. And so do I. Because now if we connect, we both get the points, and I help my monastery. That's going to be very helpful. So by doing this, I do give him his city, but I get to close mine. And then I get to do this for the first time. So this is a farmer, essentially. If you scroll out a little bit, any closed city where this little guy touches, you get points at the end of the game. It's called a field. is essentially the way to win in Carcassone. If you are any good at placing these little farmers, you can take the game with really no work at all. Another monastery that I do not need, and I don't want to give up one of my meeples, so I'm just going to put it here and complete it, adding another tile to my monastery there. Alright, so I could connect these, which again would be silly, although I would then get points for these too. But I do not want to do that. So, we got a nice open city here. I have 2 guys. Place it down. These shields add points to your city, so if you have a city full of shields, you're going to score quite a lot. I like scoring a lot, if you catch my drift. Alright, so I can complete my city here. And if I want to put a meeple down here for the farm, I can and get credit for the city, but I'm just going to wait with my 1. Alright, so now it's going to make it extremely difficult to put a tile here. That is a bummer, because of my farmer there. Some guaranteed points. I'm going to leave that open. Don't really need it right now. And there it is. So we both get the 16, but I will get the points for the farmer, which is very nice. And looking at where he can connect, he can kind of get out this way a little bit. We want to make sure he can touch as many tiles as he can. This will complete my monastery. I think we'll go ahead and do that. I get my people back there as well. About halfway done with the game here. I am going to claim that farm as well. I will get it for all these cities, as long as I can get a tile in place here. I'm fairly confident I can. And there it is. It is interesting he didn't place his last meeple in there. That could have definitely made a difference. I have 2. I am going to go ahead and claim that road tile. Pretty even game so far. Alright, so now I do dominantly own the city, although closing that is going to be tough with only 24 tiles left. There's 1. Another monastery that I do not need. I do need to try to close it up here. Simply do that. did mention earlier how relaxing this game is. Games are pretty fast. They're about 12 to 15 minutes. And everyone's different. I mean, the way you're placing tiles down, you get some pretty interesting layouts on the board every time. I would like my meeple back though, so I am going to go ahead and place that just to get my road finished. Okay, one more away. That one will be tough though with the city. Although this will complete our city here, which is excellent. Now notice you already have a farmer here. I could not place one down here. Once there is a farmer on the board, you can't place another farmer in a grass area that would automatically connect. You have to get kind of creative with your placements when it comes to that. Now we got our city. I have 3 meeples, so this is going to net me 2 points. So I'm definitely going to take that. Got my 9 from the monastery. We connected our nice long road together. And I could make it longer. Don't really have anywhere else to go, although I have my farmer here, so I want that city in there because now I get credit for that city as well. Early on when you begin playing this game, the one thing you're probably going to notice is you are going to have not very many meeples towards the end of a game. I normally have 0 or 1, to be honest, at this point when I first started playing. Understanding when to keep them, when not to keep them, it can be quite challenging, but you'll develop your own strategies as you play. I'm a big farmer. That's my biggest claim to fame in this game. And later on, versus the harder opponents, they are really good at placement. Really good. Let's add some more to my city. Notice late game, the opponent likes to put down the farmers, and since my farmer here doesn't connect because it is blocked off here, the computer is able to do that. So, well, I don't want to give him points there, so I will give myself some points here. Alright, I already have 4 points here. There's a city here that is not claimed. 3 more points for me. Alright, let's see what happens. And as I mentioned before, the fields. It's worth a lot of points. Close game, definitely closer than I would have thought, but I will take that victory on a Sunday morning when I don't really have a lot to be happy about. Other than my health, my home. Okay, take it back. I have a lot to be happy about, but this hangover is not one. Casual Daddy will take that win. Signing out.